Hi Aries, this is your April 14th through the 20th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already in a relationship or married. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And the 5th spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Aries. We have the Ace of Cups clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups clarified by the Magician. We also have the Star. In the potential outcome, we have the Two of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. And we have the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and I just couldn't resist it. I looked underneath that Nine of Swords, and we got the Page of Cups there. Picking out of there. You see that? So you could be dealing with a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Gemini, Aquarius, and Leo. But you could be dealing with pretty much any zodiac sign. Well, okay, so I usually go with Kings, Queens, Emperor, and Empresses if any of them show up. So yes, we do have this King of Cups, the third card from the left. So it could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or somebody with some major water placements in their charts. So that's the person. Okay, I was a little surprised to see that Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and that's why I, looked underneath it, right? Because the Nine of the rest of the reading looks amazing. It looks awesome. It looks very stable, very loving. Nobody's rushing into anything. It's like it's moving at a very comfortable pace. The person entering your life, that King of Cups, is very loving and very stable at the same time. Right? And this person is like, they can make anything happen. It's like they can turn anything into gold. Right? So that Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, it could be coming from them. Perhaps underneath it all, they could be like, on the surface, they're like really cool and collected and calm, but perhaps they're like really, really worried about this. Right? Because the Nine of Swords is a card of somebody who is like losing sleep over something, somebody who is stressed out, even depressed, somebody who is like, oh my God, I'm falling in love so madly. It's a card of stress, like having a hard time falling asleep or crying yourself to sleep. It's like a complete opposite from the rest of the spread. The Page of Cups underneath it. The Page of Cups underneath it, yeah, it is a card of somebody asking someone out on a date. Alright? It is a card of somebody approaching someone, reaching out to someone. So perhaps for some of you, for very, very few of you, not for all of you, but for very, very few of you, since we also have the Star in the middle, which could be interpreted as a card of healing, alright? Perhaps the two of you got off on the wrong foot at some point in the past, and the two of you had a false start. So maybe this is like a second attempt. Right, so this person could be coming in, perhaps they didn't come towards you correctly in the past, this time they will come towards you correctly. Hence all these serious cards in the beginning, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, so that Page of Cups could be an apology, and the Star could be a card of healing, because now they're going to come towards you correctly, and now that this person does it correctly, you will give them a green light. For others of you, perhaps you are still healing from some other failed relationship that happened between you and another person at some point in the past. And maybe you're not so sure. That Nine of Swords could be you. Maybe you're not so sure about jumping into another relationship so quickly. Perhaps those wounds are still fresh on your mind, like that failed relationship that you experienced recently with another person. Maybe that is still kind of fresh on your mind and you're a little bit stressed out about that. Because, it's for some people it takes time to heal. All right, so maybe that's what's going on. And perhaps when this person enters your life, they will assure you that they're here to stay, they're in it to win it, they're serious about you, they're very loving. And maybe when this person comes into your life, your healing process from the previous failed relationship is going to complete. You know what I mean? So there's this Nine of Swords energy on the bottom of the deck, and again, it could be played out differently for all of you. But I think you're definitely moving forward with this King of Cups. Whatever the scenario, whatever the case, perhaps something else happened in your life, and the Nine of Swords could be representing something else. But I do see you moving forward with this King of Cups. Yeah, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in the beginning, they're very loving and rock solid, right? They're going to offer you a stable, very loving relationship with those two cards. Those are the two cards they're coming in with. All right, the star in the middle, yeah, it is a card of healing, and it's also a card of a wish come true. Perhaps it's really hard for you to believe that people like this King of Cups exist. In the potential outcome, it gets even better. You know, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Right? The Two of Cups is a soulmate card. It's a card of when two people are on the same page, feeling the same way towards one another. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of a commitment to marriage, like rock solid commitment to marriage. So you see how the Ace of Cups in the beginning becomes the Two of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles in the beginning becomes the Ten of Pentacles. You see that? And it's a progression. It's a progression. Because there's just one hand in the Ace of Cups and one person in the Knight of Pentacles. In the Two of Cups, we have two people. In the Ten of Pentacles, it's a card of a family, right? At least two people. The Sun right next to the deck could be a Leo you're dealing with, but it's the happiest card in the deck. All right, so rest assured, Aries, it's going to be fine. This King of Cups is here to stay and provide for you. They're very loving and rock solid. I hope all of this makes sense. Really happy for you, Aries. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Aries, this spread is for you. We have the Hierophant, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Taurus or any zodiac sign. Well, Aries, the Hierophant could be a card of education, and those two pages could be children. All right, so and the Ace of Pentacles, perhaps it's like an opportunity, or maybe you're finally, maybe your kids or your child will be getting into like a school, a good school, or you're paying for education this week for your kids, or at least one child. That's what I thought of right away, right? Because the Hierophant could be interpreted so many different ways, and it is a card of education, right? And the pages could be children, the Ace of Pentacles could be some kind of an opportunity, or simply paying for something. Right? For others of you, if it is your birthday, Aries, then happy birthday. Perhaps those pages in the Ace of Pentacles, it's just attention, little gifts, people wishing you happy birthday, people giving you things, giving you stuff with that Ace of Pentacles. And the Hierophant could be a card of the actual marriage, because it is also a card of family, like something, it is a card of something formal, official, like family, it is a card of tradition. Religion even, you know, something like that. But this is a great spread. I didn't have to clarify anything because the pages are here, the Ace of Pentacles is here, the Hierophant is here. It's a good week. It's a good week, all right? Pages, again, pages could be just a lot of attention, communication. And the Ace of Pentacles could be a gift of some sort, all right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Aries, this week. Keep in mind it doesn't have to be the most recent ex, right? We have the Four of Swords, Temperance, the Five of Cups, clarified by the Five of Wands, and we also have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius or maybe a water sign. But you know what this spread is about? This spread is about somebody healing, right? I don't see anybody reaching out. I don't see anybody apologizing. If they do reach out to you and apologize, yeah, so be it. But this spread is somebody still processing, still healing from what happened, all right? Because there's no action-oriented cards. No aces, no pages, no knights, no Six of Cups, no judgment. Nothing like that. As a matter of fact, yeah, the Four of Swords and Temperance, both of those two cards could be interpreted as cards of healing. Okay, Temperance is a Sagittarius card, but it is a card of healing. And the Four of Swords, the first card I came out, could definitely be interpreted as a healing card. Then we have the Five of Cups, which is a card of grief, regret, disappointment. It's clarified by the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is a card of like a lot of drama, fighting, conflict, that type of energy. The High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, yeah, it can be a water sign, but the High Priestess is a card of a secret, all right? So it looks like I'm connecting with somebody who is maybe recently broke up with somebody, and maybe that person is still recovering, and perhaps you're still recovering as well, all right? But yeah, no action. If you do hear from them, let me know in the comments down below. But somebody is not taking it very well. Somebody is like, somebody's hurting, and they do need to heal from this, from the breakup. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Aries, this week. We have the Nine of Swords, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or any Zodiac sign. What's up with that Nine of Swords? Aries. The Nine of Swords, the first card that came out, we had it in the first spread on the bottom of the deck. But it's a different deck. I use different decks with different spreads. Anyway, this spread is talking about waiting to hear from somebody, or waiting for some sort of a confirmation, waiting for an offer, waiting for money, waiting for a loan to get approved, waiting for what have you, right? And being really worried about it, okay? So, whatever it is you're waiting for, it's actually coming your way. It is, okay? So, don't worry. I'm sure you have a reason to worry. But yeah, the Nine of Swords clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, being stressed out because of waiting. Because the Seven of Pentacles is a card of waiting. Okay? And what you're waiting for is that Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is actually coming. Yeah, it is the most financially abundant night out of all 4 nights. And again, it could be a job offer, a promotion, finances in some capacity, all right? Maybe a contract. In the middle, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and I think that's you. Once that Knight of Pentacles arrives, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of somebody who is doing very well financially. And so your Knight of Pentacles is coming, and you'll feel relieved. Because you're moving away from being the person in the Nine of Swords to being the person in the Nine of Pentacles. All right? The Wheel of Fortune right next to the deck. Maybe it's like a very fortunate turnaround for some of you. The Wheel of Fortune is the start of a new cycle, or it could be a card of like going somewhere, moving, relocating, So yeah, once you become the person in the Nine of Pentacles, you can do what you need to do with the money or with this job, and that launches that Wheel of Fortune and a new cycle of your life. All right, cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Aries. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This really reminds me of the previous spread, Aries. The work, business, and finances spread. Or maybe it has something to do with your birthday. Perhaps what you're not expecting is like a lavish gift for your birthday. And by the way, happy birthday if you're celebrating this week. Right? Again, this is a different deck. I use different decks with different spreads. So you got the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. That's what's coming your way. Okay? The Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, it has something to do with that Knight of Pentacles as well. So it's like money. It's finances in some capacity. The Ace of Swords in the middle is a card of clarity. It's a card of yes. It's a card of a new beginning. Right? And the Three of Cups right next to the deck is a card of a celebration. So that Three of Cups could be your birthday. Okay, or it could be celebrating because this Knight of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune arrive. All right, so that's what's going on. That's what you're not expecting. Again, it has something to do with money, I think, in some capacity. All right, and you will have a reason to celebrate with the Three of Cups. Definitely have a reason to celebrate. Perhaps what's coming your way is actually more than what you expected. Okay, perhaps it's more. Alright, Aries, so yeah, that's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Aries, have an amazing week.